I never liked Todd Cantwell. I mean, I'm sure I've said that multiple times. I never liked him. Terrible player. He kicked up a fuss. I really am gutted that he has left, to be honest. He's even getting paid less than what we paid him. Like, why have you left? Really annoying. Of course, I've signed some players to replace him, but not quite in the same position. But there's some mental signings, to be fair. But still, I didn't really want him to go. Hey guys, and welcome back to the 13th episode of the FM23 West Brom Save with me, Raxo FM, where today we are playing against Brighton and then simulating all the way to the end of the January transfer window and versing Portsmouth as we try and make some signings, as we try and stay top of the league, and as we try and extend our gap of 12 points on top of this championship table. We are a good football team, I can tell you that much for free, and we are doing very good things right now in the league, and we are doing very good things in the transfer window. If you are excited to find out what we have done, please make sure you do smash the like button on today's video, as well as subscribing to the Raxo FM YouTube channel so you don't miss more Football Manager content just like this. Can we please smash 10 likes to celebrate some awesome transfers and a win coming up against Brighton? So first of all, since last time we saw each other, we have made some deals. Let's start with the sales. Lascelles has left the club for £4.4 million. I have no idea how I've managed to get that fee for a player that I literally brought in on a free. I did kind of want him to keep him around, but he wanted to leave, so wasn't going to stand in his way. Reece Cleary has managed to be sold for £7.25 million. Absolutely thrilled with that fee for a player that has been out on loan for years, and we finally sold him. Yeah, no, a very good amount of money for that man. Then, second to last, Todd Cantwell's left the club. He did kick up a major fuss. He was a starting player for us, but he said he wanted to leave. He said he was running down his contract. And we have, to be fair, made a great profit on him. But he was so good enough to play with us, even in the Premier League. I didn't want to sell him. I had to. And I'm happy that I've even gotten a decent fee for him, but gutted that he has left the club. And last but not least, Steven Sessegnon. Again, another player that's kicked up a fuss. Not really much I could do about it. Did want to keep him at the club because he was a decent rotation player, but £1.5 million is nothing to be upset about. And in terms of signings, and we also did lose Tom Biscoff, and I don't really want to sign him. Well, I say that, I did try to sign him and he said no, so I do actually want to sign him, but he got recalled because we weren't playing him in the right position. In terms of signings, huge one, Conor Gallagher has joined our club. I don't know how, but he's joined, and he is considered to be a good Premier League division player. Could slightly improve, already got insane stats, really good for a bunch of different positions and roles in that central midfield kind of area. £8 million, and that's all we're ever going to pay for him. I think that is such a bargain. I'm thrilled to welcome him to the club. Going to be a nailed-on starter for us. Not even paying him that much either. $37,000 is, I feel like, a pretty tame amount. Not the only signing though. We've managed to broaden Mengi as well. In on loan, he's our Steven Sessegnon replacement. And I have been tactical with this move because this contract is expiring at the end of the year. If we can have a wee edge on other teams to sign him on a free, I think that will be an amazing deal for us too. So now we have £22 million to spend. I believe I'm not trying to do any deals right now, but I'm sure I'm keeping an eye on players in the left wing position, particularly players in they're just good. Wingers, I think I'm actually looking at the most. But this is the team that we're going with for our next game. But since last time we saw each other, again, I played a ton of games. I cannot remember the last game that I covered, to be completely honest with you, but I know it was somewhere around here. So let's say I won games here, but I lost one against Ipswich, and this one was annoying because, of course, it's the first loss of our season, and it was kind of deserved, to be fair. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't actually. I thought it was. Wasn't. Some draws here and there too. We actually went through a wee spell of where I was quite worried, especially considering the fact we were winning. Oh, this one was so annoying. We were winning 3-0 at halftime. 3-3 draw in the end, winning 2-0 here, and we ended up with 2-2 draw. 7-0 win against Derby was a bit of a highlight, and then a 1-1 draw in the FA Cup. We did rotate the team heavily, so I'm confident we can get the win in the next leg. But this is the team that we're going with for today's game, and it's because of a couple players that are not fully fit, I believe. Almada's out. I think that's all, actually. And of course, with Sales coming through, Ceballos is now actually going to be our starting left winger, which sounds mental, but I think he's going to do an insane job. And actually, I should try actually training him for that position, because I've played him there before. He's done a decent job. His stats line up really well with what I want him to do on that wing. So now I'm trying to make him more of an attacking focused player. I think he should do a decent job for us, and his stats definitely say he can do that for us. But for now, without Almada, Grant is starting. Gray's probably still going to be our starting right winger, but I would love a new right winger. I do like Gray, but I don't think he's the most consistent player ever. 5 goals, 4 assists is not mental. Aribo wants to leave, Levitt wants to leave, and that's all. That's all. So that's my news. Let's jump into the game. And of course, we're going to make some transfers off camera. We'll hopefully make some transfers off camera. If I quickly get upset or start yelling at any point during the save, it's because I am also watching the Arsenal versus Newcastle game. I did think I'd be able to squeeze in a bit of a recording at halftime, but the second half has started, and to be honest, I'm going to be quite upset if we don't win it. Currently 0-0, if your memory doesn't serve you correctly. Bit of a bland affair so far, but hoping for something decent in the second half. But of course, more focused, well, probably 50-50, I'd say 50-50 focus on this in the Arsenal game. So, hopefully we see good things from both situations. And straight off the bat, good thing from this situation, and he's onside. That is an amazing start. I definitely thought we were going to see a flag being pulled up there, but he's timed his run magically find his way into an onside position. Gallagher over into Gray, a bit of a link-up play, I don't mind that at all. And he's just come back. I actually definitely think he's offside. Can we see lines, or is it even not that close? No, we are seeing lines. I would think we would see lines. Where is he? Oh, so this player, keeping him on. Love to see it. It does look from that angle that he's still offside, but obviously those lines cutting across the field like that, instead of, like that you would think, based off the way your brain works. But hey, there's a 1-0 lead. Cannot complain. And Grant, obviously not our main starter, coming off the bench, doing a great job starting. He always comes off the bench and does a great job. So really, it's probably a little bit mean to be starting Ceballos in that position, but I do feel like Ceballos, Gallagher, Ryder, Gilmore, even that Amir guy, like all of them probably should be nailed on starters, but we just have so many good central midfielders. And here is Ceballos, and I told you, he's got the attacking talent, he's got the attacking ability, makes it 2-0, and it is looking comfy against the second place side. And clearly, there is us and then the rest of the league. We should not have been relegated. I should have sorted out my tactics much earlier last season, and we should have survived. But we're down here. We're spending a year kind of on, a bit of a morale boost. Actually, to be fair, I think it's been really good for the club, because we've brought in incredible players with really good potential, like Amy, and Amle, I think we've decided how to pronounce it. We've locked down Ryder. We've also got in Sanchez. Maybe it's not been as insane, but I feel like our players have massively improved. And there's another one that keeps improving, Ryan Brewster. He's, to be fair, not been the insane 30-goal a season striker that I thought he would be, but he pops up every now and then, puts one in the back of the net, and does his job really well. So I cannot complain with his performances so far. And to be honest, having Dike on the bench means that even if he doesn't perform, I can easily substitute him out. But for now, he is still keeping himself in the starting lineup with a couple of goals, probably one every 2 games, I would say. He scored 14 and 21, so he's actually getting a bit closer to one every game. But, still not quite. But, yeah, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here. He could actually score one from this highlight, as Grant picks it up in the right area, back into Terzic, lifts it over, but can't quite find anyone. Sanchez picks it up, who's been a very good signing too, by the way, into Terzic eventually. Trying to find some space, finds Ryder, Gray's in there, and Gray finishes his dinner. And this really does not look like a competition between first and second. It is offside. But still, I'm standing by that statement. This does not look like a competition between first and second. This looks like a competition between first place and a mid-table side, because we are just walking all over them. Look at those stats as well. It's not even like they've had some good chances and been unlucky, and we've just been really lucky and clinical at finishing today. No, they're barely in the game, and we're just walking all over them, showing that we are the best team in this league by quite some distance, and we're doing it in style. 3-0 win is the way that you want to, the win that you want to see, and hopefully we can keep a clean sheet in this game. Lafont making a great save there to try and make sure that does exactly happen. Can we make a substitute to try and solidify this team, make sure that win does happen? Gilmore's going to come on to face his former club for Ryder. I'm also going to bring Hall on. I'm loving giving Hall a bit of experience. He doesn't do much when I bring him on, to be honest. Actually, he does nothing when I bring him on, but he's got so much potential. He's got really good stats already. I feel like the only way to develop him without sending him out on loan is to keep playing him the way that I am. And eventually he's going to head one into the back of the net. Eventually he's going to get some lucky assist, get a bit of confidence, and his stats will go up really quickly. And I think he's going to be a nailed-on starter for us eventually. But for now, obviously, just a decent rotation option for us with lots and lots of potential, hoping that he keeps developing, hoping he turns into that magical player. But I do really think he will. But it is Brighton on the attack, going for a huge run there. Ends up with a pretty comfy save for Lafont, to be fair. But the chances are over as they try and get another one in. Again, Lafont collects it really comfortably. I think this is going to be the end of the highlight, unless we go on an attacking surge now. Terzic into Gilmore. It's definitely seeming like the highlight is continuing. Terzic running down this left-hand side, got plenty of space, finds Hall, Ceballos into Brewster to make it 4-0. Oh my goodness. He's just done the goalkeeper there. And the defender tries to get back, but he can't do anything, and Brewster has managed to bag his second of the night. And that is one of the best goals of the night, I would say. I'd say that's the best goal of the night. Ceballos, beautiful ball through. And he's just done the goalkeeper. And the defender really should be getting some contact on that to stop that going in the back of the net. But we are not going to complain. That is a great goal. It's a great win for us. And we're going to make our last substitutions to solidify our win. To just, show that we're rotating. We're keeping players fit. We'll probably have a game coming up very soon. But no one's that insanely tired in this one. So happy to not play all my substitutes. Happy with the result. And happy to be, 14 points clear of not Brighton anymore, of Burnley, who have just come up in second place now. And we're 15 points clear. 15 points clear at the halfway point. You think it's nearly impossible for us to bottle it now. I think I definitely could, but I can't see it happening. We are such a good football team at the moment. Even Ceballos is going up in star rating. That cam position and that left wing position is his for the taking. I don't think I'm too worried about signing one. But of course, with the amount of money that we have, I'm going to try and make a signing or two. Spend that money so that next year in the Prem we can get a whole new budget, spend even more money. If you are excited for that, stick around, because I'll tell you what is happening at the end of the January transfer window and in our game against second place Burnley in just a moment. I didn't manage to spend all the money, but I did spend a wee bit. It probably wasn't as insane of a deadline day as I wanted, because people just didn't come up. I mean, to be fair, we do have a stacked team in the Championship, but we did get some decent results since last time we saw each other. 3 wins, can't ask for much more. A 2-0 win against against Burnley being the highlight, so we are still a serious distance clear. 18 points. I think we're going to win the league, boys and girls. But we did make some transfers as well. The first of which being 2 sales, which was first of all Dylan Levitt leaving the club for 6.5. Very happy to get him off the books because he wanted to leave, and a huge profit for him. And Aribo the same, didn't want to be here. 1.7, not as much as I could have gotten, but £775,000 we bought him for. A decent profit there. And a couple of signings came our way. First one being a youngster from Argentina, a bit of a regen here. Got a great potential, comes in for just £2 million, and if he doesn't perform well, I won't give him game time, so he won't reach those 50 appearances to get the extra £2 million, which I feel like is a pretty decent fee. The next player that we brought in was Firmino, who is a great striking option. I don't know why I brought him in, though, in hindsight, because we don't really need him. We have plenty of good strikers. We have Brewster and Dike. And yeah, this guy's just going to be in the reserves, but very cheap. Probably can make profit on him in the future. Happy with it. And the final signing, it's Lincoln. I think he comes in for a great fee of just £7 million. Could eventually rise to £8 million, but that's only if he gets 50 appearances. And looking at his stats, I think it tells a much bigger story. than the 3-star current ability. Already a leading Sky Bet Championship player. He is the big signing of this transfer window. I think he's going to be a great player for us in that left wing and cam position. With currently Almada out with injury, he's going to slot into that cam position for our next game against Portsmouth, which I will admit I completely forgot I was recording. So now we're 10 minutes in, and our team is looking like this. Ceballos on the left wing, and no highlights to speak of just yet. But 20 minutes gone, 4 shots to us. Us being at home, you'd expect it to be only a matter of time before we put one on target, put one into the mixer, and it is Lincoln from the free kick. Trying to get it onto Gray, but can't quite find him. Conor Gallagher, been in great form recently, getting a lot of assists. Plays it into Anthony. Anthony plays it into Gray. Gray finds Brewster, and Brewster scores. Again, another player that is in fabulous form. I hope you cannot hear the sirens, because that is really annoying. He's just been scoring goals for fun at the moment. Really getting close to that top goal scorer in the championship, which he did not look like he was going to be even close to at the very start of the season. With an injury, a bit of a suspension too, and now he's right in there with the equation. I think he's probably going to be right up there come the end of the season. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but I think he'll certainly be in contention near the end of the year. Here is Ceballos. Gets Terzic on the ball with a shot that is blocked. Brewster, and again, scoring again, 21st goal of the season. That must take him up to like 8 in the league, or 18 in the league, maybe 20 in the league. I don't feel like he's played a whole lot of games outside of the league campaign this year. So we'll check his goal total at the end of this game. And now they've gotten a red card. I think it's probably going to be curtains for them tonight. You'd expect them to lose, coming away from home against the best team in the league, the team that's only lost once in the entire season. You know, like, we're a decent squad, but realistically, you can't let yourself go down to 10 men. Otherwise, this is going to happen. Demarai Gray, great ball through by Gallagher, getting another assist, proving to be an insane signing. I mean, we knew he was going to be an insane signing. He is an insane player in real life, much better than the Championship. I think he's going to be a nailed-on starter for us when we get back to the Premier League next year. I'm calling it. It's going to happen. And we're 20 points clear at the moment. As things stand, Burnley must be dropping points, so we are 20 points clear of them. Let's hope it stays that way as we have the ball through to Lincoln. Hopefully he creates something in this game. Tries to get a pass in. Doesn't quite find his target, but Gallagher gets it on a wee bit of a rebound from the defender, and he gets his first goal for West Brom. He'll be chuffed with that. On the return, actually, because it did come in on loan when we were in the Premier League before we started the save in real life. And I didn't really notice him in real life during that season, but coming back must have something to do with it, hopefully. Must have enjoyed his time. And, of course, getting an assist in today's game and now scoring a goal. Great performance by the side so far. Even Lincoln playing a 7.5, and they have a free kick on the edge of the area. But watch this. Watch this. I'll encourage... Oh, no, it's a half free kick. Free kick. Okay, so sometimes when they have a free kick, you like make a shout before the ball gets played and it cancels it. But I hope that hasn't cancelled it here, because Lincoln's on the free kick, hits the woodwork on his debut. It would be so good to see him get an assist or a goal on his debut, because I believe Almada is very close to coming back from injury. So I'd like to have a wee bit of a reason to be able to start this man, especially with Ceballos playing so well on the left hand side. We've made everyone upset by the feedback. Oh well. Let's make a substitution. It's going to be Grant to come on for Ceballos, and we'll bring Sanchez off for Zortia. That's all we'll do for now. 6 minutes into the first half, actually. I feel like that's a little bit harsh to be making substitutes that early on. But here is Lincoln again from a free kick. Doesn't get the assist. It is Anthony, who scored a lot of goals from free kicks and corners this year. Not quite placing it in the back of the net, but a good ball in from Lincoln. I want to see him scoring. I want to see him doing something. I know I've said it multiple times, but I spent a lot of money on him. I need to see some sort of results just to make me feel better about myself. We're going to bring Holgate and Amir on for Gallagher, and I can't remember the other player I brought off. Terzic? I think I brought off Terzic. And still 4-0, still only one shot to them. I'd like to see us do something in the second half, even though the win is already convincing. It's already pretty much confirmed. It does make you feel better when you don't take your foot off the pedal, where you're creating chances, creating goals all throughout the game, absolutely dominating. But I will take a 4-0 win here, and I think this is all we're going to see, with 3 minutes of additional time flying by very quickly, and a very good all-round performance by the team. You'd expect a win there, and we've gotten a win. And Lincoln, he's done well in his debut, a 7.6. He's not done anything to create a goal, score a goal himself, but a high rating, and you would expect that scoring 4 goals, even if he hasn't contributed to any of them. Gray playing well on that right-hand side again. This man is actually giving me a pretty good reason to keep him in the squad. After I was saying he's pretty average, no, he's now a decent Premier League player, so I think he'll be in and around the squad next year too. Probably a substitute right winger. I'd say that's probably a position I'll be looking to improve. But it's a decent start. No, he did actually get an assist. Sorry, that's a beautiful start for him. I don't know what goal he assisted, but he's got an assist, so we'll take that. And Gallagher 4 assists and 1 goal. He's on fire in the Championship. You really would expect it though. And it is 21 goals for Brewster. Top of the table in terms of top goal scorers. Top of the table for us. Could you ask for anything more? We're 21 points clear of the team below us. Yeah, we're going to win the league. And you know what? Actually, with 21 points clear, I think I'm just going to come back at the end of the season, boys and girls, because we are going to win the league. We could go further in the FA Cup. I'll let you know if anything else happens in that. But for now, I'm just going to simulate all these games off camera. We're going to win the league this year. I'll come back when we can confirm it. But thank you so much for watching this episode. If you have enjoyed it, smash the like button as well as subscribe so you don't miss more Football Manager content. And I will see you all later.